All right, guys, welcome to Module 4. I'm so glad you guys made it this far. I am so excited for you. I want you guys to pat yourself on the back. Congratulations. You've made it this far and you're ready to find your first dropship supplier. Or hopefully, maybe you're referencing this video again and again and again, and you're looking for your third or fourth supplier. As you can see here, guys, this is where you are in your journey. What you should have already accomplished at this point is the basics of your first store design already. So that means at this point, if you're watching this video, you already have set up your first store online using Shopify. You've come up with some basic branding. That doesn't have to be permanent. You can always change this out based on the product you end up picking and your supplier, and that could change throughout this entire training, right? Your branding, some basic logo, your domain, your, of course, Shopify account, and some of your demo products uploaded. What that means is at this point, you know, like what product you want to find a supplier for. So you should upload some similar products or that product from online and put it into your demo store. It's okay to copy for right now as long as you're not infringing on somebody's copyright, because your site should not be public. It should still be like password protected, and you're only going to show it to your supplier so you can show them that you mean business. Hopefully those product images are high resolution images. They look great. Your product description is on point. Hopefully it sounds like a soccer mom wrote up the product description, and when you read the product description, you're like, wow, I can't wait to buy this product. So again, at this point, the basics of your store should be designed and set up. At this point, you've researched dropship products and you found a product you think you'll do well with, and so you're ready to find a supplier, and you've written down up to 50 product ideas based on your research, so you can reference back time and time again if this particular product doesn't work out. And so now you're ready to find your supplier. But before I help you find that supplier and secure them, I want to tell you first and foremost about what you're going to learn in this module. What we're doing right now is covering the introduction of this module. So that's what we're doing now. Then in the next lesson, we're going to go over the types of suppliers. The lesson after that, we're going to actually go through finding a supplier online. I'm also going to even provide a pre-recorded live masterclass I recorded where I taught live to my existing members how to find a supplier, how to secure a supplier. So I'll be adding that in there as well. And that one is pretty long, guys. It's probably gonna be about an hour to 2 hours long, but that's because I answered question live. I walked you guys through how to find a supplier, even how to source products and how to find products. So it's a really unique twist to what I do because it's a recording of a live masterclass. So it'll feel kind of not out of place, but definitely not in sync with the videos I'm creating step by step. But I think it's important. I think you need it, and therefore I added it on here. But keep in mind, you can always go through the entire module first and then go back and watch that pre-recorded Mastery Live supplier call I did with my members. So after that, we're going to go in a different lesson and show you guys my pre-approved checklist of what I ask suppliers before I call them or when I call them. I provide phone and email scripts for you guys to copy, so when you actually talk to a supplier, you know what you're talking about. And finally, I'll end this module on some action steps I want you guys to take so you can move forward. So real quick, what I wanted to discuss with you guys is the fact that we actually need to get approved by premium suppliers. Unlike AliExpress dropshipping, where as long as that supplier is real and he responds back to you, you can dropship what they have to sell. With premium US suppliers or suppliers in any countries, because I actually dropship from different countries, and I might have an Italian or a supplier in Italy or Europe that will dropship to the United States for free, and I'll work with that supplier that's a European supplier, but dropship in the United States. So suppliers can be anywhere in the world. As long as they dropship to the United States and the cost of that of the transportation or distribution of that product to the United States is not like crazy and you can still make profit, then you should be fine. So we need to get approved by premium suppliers. Suppliers want to trust you. That's why there's an approval process. So you will need to go through an application process. You will need to go through talking to somebody in their company, usually an account rep or a business direct development rep, but somebody, an account manager, somebody that's responsible for working with resellers, which is what you are. You are, in definition, in the eyes of these suppliers, a reseller. You're reselling their product on a dropship basis. So a lot of folks come to me and say, AJ, why do I need to get approved? And what's that process like? And it's really nerve-wracking for them. And I try to diffuse this in this training because it really is not tough, guys. It only appears tough because you've never done it before. So to debunk the scary notion that it's hard to get approved by suppliers, it's hard to find suppliers, I wanted to kind of break down the concept of why they want you to get approved. And it makes sense if you look at it from their perspectives. You got to get approved to sell their products, and that's a good thing for you, and it's a good thing for your supplier, because guess what? If you have some success with this, two things will happen. Not anyone can just come in and compete with you, which is really good for you. It's good for your business. It's good for one day if you want to sell your business for your future buyer to know, like, hey, AJ got approved by the supplier. He's doing well with him. He's got a good relationship. So I'm not just going to have a ton of random people compete with me because you have to get approved by them. So that's one good thing. Another good thing is that you can actually, it's a level playing field for you to step in if you do get approved to compete with people that have already been selling it for a while, because of something called MAP, right? Minimum advertised price stipulates that you as the reseller and anyone else that is selling this manufacturer's product cannot sell it below a certain price point. All right, you cannot physically advertise it. Now, there are some ways to get around this. I'll talk to you guys about at some point. I'm not going to talk about it now because I want you to focus on just getting approved. But minimum advertised price is one of the reasons why you got to get approved. So you'll actually fill out a reseller application. You'll probably have to send them a W-9. And yes, in case you're wondering, you do want a corporation at this point. So at this point, guys, you should have utilized my resource that I provided with having either a registered agent set up your corporation for you, and I provided you guys one with the Wyoming, I think it's Buffalo Registered Agents in Wyoming. I'll re-provide a link here just in case you haven't set up your corporation. But before you talk to suppliers, guys, you do need a corporation. There's just no way around it. Now, if you're an international student and you're watching this, then having a registered agent like the one I provide, the link to, by the way, I'm not affiliated with them. I don't get a commission by them. It's just a company that I've used and they've done right by me. So to set up your corporation, if you're international, having a registered agent might be the way to go because they can set up your corporation even if you live abroad. But if you're local, same thing. Now, you can do it several ways, guys. You can either use a registered agent like the one I provide you a link to, which I'm not affiliated with, but I think they do a great service for you. You can hire an attorney to do it for you, which is also a good way to go, but way more expensive. Or you can do it through sites like LegalZoom.com. I also provided you guys with an attorney website that's kind of like a freelancer website for attorneys called upcounsel.com. And you can actually have them bid on your work for you. But yeah, you're going to have to spend a little bit of money on setting up your corporation. Your company's going to want to know you're professional. They're going to want to know you have a corporation. Sometimes they ask for a reseller certificate. That's not usually a big deal. You will need an EIN number, which is basically a tax ID number, employer tax ID number. The registered agent or your attorney or UpCounsel or Zoom, LegalZoom.com can help you with that. So without further ado, guys, I don't want to focus on the business side because I addressed it in module 1, but you do want to make sure you come across presentable, not just a pre-existing demo kind of Shopify store to show them, but that you have a business name, you have a business email, you have a phone number that you actually answer. And the more you come across professional, the more they're going to trust you. And that's the key I'm trying to convey to you guys here. But you do need to get approved by suppliers, and that's a good thing. Because let's look at it this way, okay? Let's just say you have a product you're manufacturing, right? And it's AJ's door frames. You're selling door frames or you're selling doors. And you say, okay, I'm going to work with drop shippers and online people because they're going to be able to get my doors in front of more faces and advertise it more than I can myself. So you decide, okay, you're going to allow drop shippers to sell your product. And let's say you decide to drop ship it, or someone decides to drop ship your product, the door frames, right? Or actual doors. You want to drop ship doors. You are the manufacturer. You work with a drop shipper, and they don't take care of your product, or they take the money from the customer and never call back or ship it, or they don't offer customer support, or there's a number of issues that can arise from a crappy relationship with a reseller or a drop shipper as a manufacturer. So look at it from a manufacturer's perspective. If you were the manufacturer of a product and you decided to allow drop shipping, and you worked with Tim from Wyoming who is looking to drop ship your product, and you just say, okay, go ahead and sell my product, and Tim collects the payment from the customer, because with drop shipping, they don't have to buy the product from you as the manufacturer until they collect the money from the customer. So say they collect the money from the customer and they never place an order with you. They just take the money and run. Who do you think this customer is going to hold responsible? Do you think it's going to be the drop shipper or the manufacturer? The truth is it's going to be both of you, but it's always going to fall back on the manufacturer, because it's his brand, it's his baby, it's the item they wanted to buy, so they're going to blame him for doing business with you, and he's going to be left to hold the bill. So in an effort to avoid that, premium suppliers want to know you're serious, you're a real company. They might even make you fill in a credit application. And even if you have bad credit, it doesn't matter, because with drop shipping, we always do cash on demand. So what that means is we never really ask the supplier to allow us to, buy and drop ship in advance. We tell suppliers that, hey, it's okay. We actually collect payment upfront from our customers. So when we order from you, Mr. Manufacturer, Mr. Supplier, we'll pay you right away. Before you ship it, the money's in your account. And so for that reason, it's a lot easier to get approved, but they'll still make you kind of maybe fill one out sometimes, depending on your supplier. Either way, just understand that there's going to be an approval process, and here's some of the reasons why. They want to know you're going to enforce the minimum advertised price, and you're not going to just list it and lowball it and ruin the reputation and brand value, that you're going to actually honor the map value. Also, service and support. They want to make sure that if you promote their product on your own website, that you're going to take care of their customers and you're going to offer support and help. And also, most importantly, probably above all else, is that you're going to actually add value and help them make money and not headache and cost them money. So that's the reason why we suppliers make you go through an approval process. So using a supplier that's a premium high quality supplier to drop ship for you means that you guys are really building a relationship together. And that's what you want to convey to your supplier, is that, look, we're looking to build a relationship. We want to do business for the long haul. I want to rely on you to deliver the product to the customer the way it's described, and offer, manufacturer warranties and things like that. And I want you to be able to rely on me to not just bring in sales for you, promote your product to a bigger audience, but also offer great service and support, so they'll be coming back for more and have a good image of your product, Mr. Supplier. That's actually something I tell them myself. So that's really why we need to get approved, guys. Just keep in mind that you got to start thinking of these things in terms of this manufacturer and why they need to be protective of their product. So in the next lesson, we're going to be going over the type of suppliers, how you can find them, and how I find suppliers. I'm also going to inject a pre-recorded supplier approval mastery class I did. I'm going to give you my phone and email scripts on how to get approved, and then some action steps I want you to take at the end of the training. And then you can move on to finalizing your Shopify store, uploading your products, and we're almost ready to run ads. Remember, as I said, guys, I want you to not spend too much time on this area, because the 80-20 rule says that I want you to spend 80% of your time actually working in your business, like running ads to your product, answering questions, helping customers, testing your ads. If there's anything I want you guys to be really good at, it's running your ad campaign, it's testing your products, it's optimizing your site. That's the stuff that's going to make you real money. So let's say you get stuck on finding suppliers. Well, you have several options, okay? Before I show you actually how to find suppliers, because you should do just fine. But let's say you still get stuck. Well, there's three things you can really do. Thing number one you can do is, if you're a Done For You member or one of my kind of advanced premium members, of Dropship Academy, then you probably have some one-on-one coachings available to you. And so the first thing to do is book a coaching call with one of our coaches. All right. You can either use one of the links below or send us an email at coach@sevenfigureskills.com. If you don't have coaching or you're not sure if you have coaching calls, then send us an email at support. Okay. Just hit us up, support@sevenfigureskills.com, and we'll check in for you. Don't worry. If you know you don't have coaching, then again, there's a link below I provided that allows you to sign up for some one-on-one coaching. Now, this is different than the group mastermind kind of group coaching calls I offer, because that in itself is a great resource. But if you just want one-on-one help, one of the best ways to do is get coaching. If you don't have coaching, I have a link for you to sign up for coaching, and I have different packages, so something hopefully that's affordable for you or that's going to meet your needs. Another option is to have my team actually call the suppliers for you and find suppliers. And the way you do that is you basically get the package below, click the link, and I do offer a service where we can either pick the product or find the supplier for you. We won't pick the product, but we'll find the supplier for you and even help you negotiate with the supplier. So more about that below. I'm not, at this point of me recording this video, I don't even have such a service, but I'm going to go ahead and offer it for you guys because I want to leave 0 reasons for you guys not to move forward and succeed. Finally, a final option, right? So my best recommendation at this point, guys, is that you become a Done For You Elite member if you're not already. If you are a Done For You Elite member, then it is still up to you to find your supplier, but we're there to guide you with the 3 months of one-on-one coaching if you need the help. But I strongly recommend you go through the training first. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson before anything, but as always, I'm here to help. Send us an email at support@sevenfigureskills.com. Hit us up on our group forum, on our private Facebook group, or reach out to your coach. Either way, guys, you know there's an avenue for you to get help. But if nothing else, continue on to the next lesson, guys, and I'll see you there. Thank you so much.